She has ugly feet. She has ugly toes. Should I dump her? Should I stop seeing her? This is the question for tonight's coaching video that I've gotten from a number of my subscribers. And you know what? Contrary to popular belief, just because you don't like a girl with ugly feet does not mean that you have a foot fetish. Okay? Doesn't mean you have a foot fetish. Because a lot of people tend to conflate not liking a girl with ugly feet with having a foot fetish, right? I mean, all it means is that you want a girl who is attractive from head to toe. You know, basically that's it. As far as it goes for actually dumping the girl because she has ugly feet, that really is a judgment call based on your own preferences, right? Based on how much it bothers you. There are going to be guys out there who could care less, right? They'll be like, I don't care, she's hot. Got a slamming body, she's cool. Yeah, she has ugly feet, I could deal with it. I don't care. I'm not going to kick her out of bed. Whereas for other guys, it's a problem, right? A lot of guys I know out there, and it's nothing to be ashamed of, right? I'm that way too. Hate to admit it, I'm that way. If the girl has ugly feet, I just lose all attraction, right? I can't do it. I just can't do it. Even back when I was in like scarcity, right? Back in my old blue pill days, and I had one-itis over a girl. If she had ugly feet, it was a deal breaker, right? And for a lot of guys, they feel the same way, you know, and I don't think anybody should be shamed for that, right? I don't think you should be shamed for it because you have preferences. It's just like some females, right? A lot of women out there, if you're not over 6 feet tall, they don't want to have anything to do with you. That's fine. That's just her preference, right? A lot of times there's nothing you can do to change that, right? You can't change her mind. She wants a guy who is at least 6 feet tall, and if you're 5'11 and a half, that just ain't gonna cut it. And she's gonna be like, nope, I need a guy who's 6 feet. And you know what? Hey, I respect that. On to the next girl, right? Because there are plenty of girls out there who could care less if you're 6 feet or not. Plenty of girls out there who don't even want a guy that tall. So that's okay. Everybody has their own preferences, and you have to respect that. And just like if a guy doesn't happen to want a girl who has ugly feet, hey, you got to respect that, you know? And if you're a female who likes a guy and then he sees your feet and he doesn't like it, be like, okay, on to the next guy. Because a lot of guys won't care, right? It's true. A lot of guys won't care. You don't have the prettiest toes, or you just genetically weren't born with nice feet. That's okay, right? That's what God gave you. It's nothing to be ashamed of. You could still wear sandals, but just understand some guys aren't going to be down with that. But you know what? That's okay. At the end of the day, that's okay because everybody has their own individual preferences. What this student was asking me was that he met a girl, really likes her, just started dating her. You know, they get along. The only thing that is really, really bothering him is the fact that they were at the beach and she took off her shoes and she put on some sandals, and then he actually saw her toes and he was pretty surprised. He was like, I was surprised. He was like, because I saw this girl, like really, really like good looking face, really nice hands too, right? Really nice hands. And he goes, but she took off her shoes and man, her toes were whacked. Like literally those were the words he used. It's like her toes were whacked. And I'm like, were they that bad? He was like, they were just whacked. He was like, that's all I gotta say, they were whacked. He was like telling me, he goes, yeah, he's I'm trying to get over it because I like her, she's good looking otherwise, I'm trying to get over it. He's like, she doesn't wear sandals that often, but he's like, even when we're in bed now I look at her feet and it bothers me. And I'm like, you know, he's like that. And I'm like, if it's to that point where it's bothering you that much and you don't feel you're gonna be able to get over that, then you know what, maybe you shouldn't waste her time or yours, right? Maybe you shouldn't waste each other's time. She could probably find another guy. Obviously, if she's good looking, she will find another guy who won't give a shit that her feet are ugly. Won't care. I mean, usually I will like end up seeing the girl's feet like pretty quickly, especially in California, because a lot of girls wear sandals anyway. So usually even off of the approach, I will, you know, see the girl's feet. I mean, I won't like sit there and stare at them, but I'll take a quick glance. And I mean, most of the time the girl has pretty decent looking feet, nothing to worry about. Every once in a while, yeah, I mean, like this guy said, her feet might be whacked, and I'll be like, okay, no, I can't go there just because it's a personal preference of mine, right? You know who else had a personal preference for making sure women had nice looking feet? Was Elvis. You guys that are fans of Elvis Presley. I was watching this documentary on Elvis Presley not that long ago. So when he was at Graceland, when he was at like the peak of his career, the height of his career in his prime, his secretary was talking about how like beautiful women would just be like coming into Graceland, coming into his home, right? And they would come into like the first floor. Like Elvis was upstairs in his room. So all of his fans that were hot, they would obviously be screened, right? So his secretary, he would like she would go down there and she knew what Elvis's type was, right? He was like beautiful face, young, attractive, thin, petite. So she would pick out those girls and bring those girls into a separate room and say, okay, which one of you ladies would like to go up and spend time with Elvis in his bedroom, right? Obviously they knew what that meant. And almost unanimously, like all of them would be like, I want to go upstairs to be with Elvis. And part of her job at that point, once the ladies were like, okay, I want to go upstairs and be with Elvis, she would ask each one of those ladies to, by Elvis's request, okay, ladies, I'm going to ask you to take off your shoes, please, so that you're barefooted. They didn't know why. So they would take off their shoes. They would be barefooted, and she would go around and look at their feet. She was like, real quick, ladies, I have to see your feet, your barefoot feet. And she would go around, look at their feet, and she was like, if any of them had ugly feet, they would be dismissed, because that was Elvis's request. He was like, if they have ugly feet, literally, this is what Elvis, the instructions that Elvis gave his secretary. I don't care how beautiful they are. I don't care how gorgeous they are. If they have ugly feet, I don't want them coming up. Right? Does that mean Elvis had a foot fetish? Well, not really. I don't see it as that, right? I don't see it as that. I just see it as like, hey, everybody has their preference, right? Everybody has their preference. It's like saying a woman who only wants a guy over 6 feet tall. Oh, does she have a height fetish? 6-foot male height fetish? No, it's just, that's my preference. That's what I want, right? It's like, for me, I like naturally beautiful women, right? I like naturally attractive women who have facial symmetry, where even if they're not wearing makeup, you could tell they're still beautiful, right? Even without makeup. They don't need the eyelashes. You know, those fake eyelashes that a lot of girls wear these days? Fake eyelashes, fake hair extensions, fake press-on nails. I hate all that shit, by the way. I think it's ghetto. I think it's trashy. I don't like it. But again, that's my personal preference, right? You might like that stuff. I'm not going to fault you for that. But for me, I like naturally beautiful women, okay? Naturally beautiful. And yes, nice feet to boot is always good, right? Doesn't mean she has to have like perfect feet, but just don't have like jacked up feet. It's a personal preference. But yeah, I don't like all that fake crap. I don't like girls who have to like cake on the makeup and inject their lips and shit. I just don't like that stuff. I like as natural as possible. I don't care if the girl has thin lips, you know, like right now, like big plump lips are in and she has thin lips. I don't care. As long as it's natural and she's beautiful, dude, I will love the fact that she has like thin lips like that, you know? It doesn't mean that that's what I'm into. It's like, hey, as long as it's natural, it's not like constructed in a lab where she had to have like plastic surgery. As long as it's natural, that's what I want. Same reason I don't like fake tits. I just don't. That's my preference. Some guys do, right? That's what you like. That's fine. When it comes to feet, yeah, that's kind of a deal breaker, like at least for me. I mean, I don't care how hot the girl is either. I mean, that's funny when I was watching that Elvis documentary, because when he said that, I laughed. I laughed because I was like, that's exactly what I would say. Like if I had his power, that's exactly what I would tell my secretary. Like, hey, I don't care how beautiful they are. If their feet are jacked, don't send them up. I'm not interested. I don't care. That's my preference. And you know, fortunately, every single girlfriend I've had has had nice feet, right? Some better looking than others, but they've all pretty much had nice feet. I just don't like girls who have like guy feet or, you know, anything that would be unfeminine, you know, but again, personal preference. So this student was asking me, is it a deal breaker or should I dump her because she has ugly feet? And I posed a question back on him, is like, how important is that to you in a dating partner? And he was like, I didn't think about it, but now I'm realizing it is kind of important. He was like, I think I've just been lucky because all my girlfriends had pretty normal looking feet, but this girl's feet are kind of jacked. And it's like, maybe like, I guess her toes probably are going in different directions, or maybe they're all different lengths by the way he's making it sound. So I'm like, that obviously sounds like something that's gonna bother you, right? Because that's something that would probably bother me as far as like physical attractiveness goes, right? This is beyond her personality. I mean, as far as physical attractiveness goes. And as guys, we are visual creatures. So this stuff would bother us. Whereas for like females, you know, a lot of times this stuff isn't going to bother them. You don't really hear about like females having a guy foot fetish or anything like that, or like obsessing over a guy's feet not being as nice as they should be. They don't care, right? Because for females, it's all emotional, right? Everything's in their head. It's all emotional. Even if you have ugly feet as a guy, you can kind of like talk that away, right? You could just kind of like talk that away, because females operate on an emotional level and not a visual level like men do. Like, you can't talk away the fact to us that a girl has like ugly feet. We don't care. We're not going to listen. We're going to be like, no, I want a girl with pretty feet. My student who's asking this question, that is exactly what he wants. He wants a girl with, you know, attractive feet. So anyway, guys, that's it for today's coaching video. Until next time, this is M from the 33 Secrets. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Also, hit that notification bell, right? Very important, you guys. Hit the notification bell so that you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube. Okay? More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel, right? Helps me out a ton when you actually subscribe. So please subscribe to my channel as well. And for you guys who want to support my work and all of this highly valuable content even further, red pill, gold pill, platinum pill, the best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, where I'm teaching guys just like you how to go out there and approach and close the youngest, hottest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I'm talking about 8s, 9s, and 10s. Same exact type of women that myself and my students are out there approaching and closing every single week. And I kid you not, every single week. I have students all over the world just totally killing it, crushing it, meeting beautiful women every single day using the same exact lessons that I teach you in my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery. And right now it's still only $1 to get in, so take advantage of it. Still only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lessons, and that's the absolute best way to support my work and my channel and everything I'm doing here. Really easy to sign up. All you need to do is just click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you could get signed up right now. Just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video.